Welcome to Monday Night Rants on the Better Sports Network. What is going on, everybody? Somebody has a case of the Mondays. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And, well, Bob's your uncle. Rants on the Street with Thomas Stevens. Shout out to my producer, Tyler Heavy T. Soto. Boom. Spacey. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Monday Night Rants on the Better Sports Network, at Better Network, at all your favorite social media platforms, and all across the world on MondayNightRants.com. Check it out. Picks. We're going to be talking about Heavy T. That's right. My producer, Tyler Heavy T. Soto, finally wrote his first Inept Franchise article. It was immaculate. It surprised me. I mean, I knew it was going to be good. It's Heavy T, but it was good. It's on the Bears. We will be talking with him about that in about 20 minutes. We're going to have a lot of fun along the way. My guest tonight, you can hear him on New Rock 104 in the Central Valley area of California. Elliott Kams, a.k.a. Elliott Jams, is going to be joining me talking some sports we wish would be professional, and a lot of fun and laughs along the way. But I know that's a local station. How can I listen? They have an app, New Rock 104 app. Check it out. You can listen from wherever you are in the world, and also on newrock104.com. So there you go. No excuse. None. Zilch. Zero excuses for you to not listen to The Drew Show with Elliott on New Rock 104. What a day I had. It started this morning when I did the watch party for the pre-race of the Daytona 500 with our boy Matthew Sells. That was a lot of fun. Great comments in the chat, asking questions about DFS and NASCAR betting, which we answered. We had a little trivia quiz as well, and filled out a DFS lineup that looked good until about 8 laps to go. More on that later. And then we had the actual Daytona 500, and now I gotta do this show. Crazy President's Day here. Hope everyone enjoyed their day off, and a nice and relaxing Monday for all of you. No rant on the street tonight. Thomas Stevens, a little under the weather. Thomas, feel better soon, my friend. We will be back with Rants on the Street next week, so get your questions in, MondayNightRants.com or at BetterThomas on Instagram. All right. Without further ado, it is time for Rant Lines. It's the main image of the show, so we're going to talk about it first. All suck weekend. What a debacle. What an absolute debacle the NBA All-Star weekend was. There was some highs, and I will mention the highs, but plenty of lows. The game last night turned into a straight three-point contest where everyone was just shooting threes from wherever they liked with no defense. It was boring. Now, I understand that the NBA All-Star Game is supposed to be a tribute to the players and to the fans of the best playing against each other. But not just, 3 years ago, we had an All-Star Game in the NBA where it mattered, where each quarter you meant for charity, and by the fourth quarter, whoever won got more charity points, and they were actually playing. And it was fun. Kawhi Leonard won the MVP of that one, the first ever Kobe Bryant Award MVP. So shout out to Kawhi Leonard. But last night was just ugly, boring, just not fun. I enjoyed the Pro Bowl games more than I enjoyed the NBA All-Suck weekend. That's saying a lot. The skills competition, which is always my favorite. I'm a huge slam dunk guy. The judges completely ruined the entire thing. Were they blind? Jacob Toppin made a dunk that was one of the best dunks I've ever seen. And he got like a 46. The scoring was crazy. Jaylen Brown made the finals, and he did really nothing except normal dunks just over so insane in a chair. Like, there was nothing special about it. We like the pageantry. We like the props. The best slam dunk competition we've ever seen. It's Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine going back and forth with 50 after 50 after 50 through the finals. Maybe we were spoiled by that. And even Mac McClung, who won to get into the finals, did the same dunk he did last year to win. The same one. And then, like, just everyone just dunk over Shaq now. Like, apparently that's all you got to do to get the only 50 of the night. Which, by the way, someone also did that earlier. I think it was Jaquez. So, ultimately, I thought it was The 3-point competition was Good for the Indiana Pacers players for winning the skills. But ultimately, the best part was the Sabrina Ionescu and Steph Curry 3-point contest. It wasn't even close. And the best part is, yes, Steph Curry won, but Sabrina Ionescu, by the way, from the NBA 3-point line, not the WNBA 3-point line, would have had more points than anybody in the 3-point contest. It wasn't good. That was the best part. But I like to see more of that, to be honest. I like to see Caitlin Clark maybe in a 3-point contest. That would be a lot of fun as well. That was the highlight of the entire NBA All-Suck weekend. Because the game last night was a debacle. So hopefully they go back to the other charity format or something else that actually makes you interested. Because it was a blowout. The East was up by like 30 points in the fourth quarter. It was insane. Ugh. What can you do? Speaking of insane, another coach has been fired in the NBA. That's right. Jacques Vaughn of the Brooklyn Nets. Say goodbye. Good riddance. See ya, Jock. Now, the Nets aren't a great team on paper. They have some solid players. No all-stars. They made some trades to get all their previous all-stars out of there. So the expectations on the Nets. Now, when the Bucks fired their coach and got Doc Rivers, that looks like that was a great choice there. It was because the locker room was like, hey, man, this guy sucks. We don't like his play calling. We don't like the way he runs the locker room. We don't like his attitude. So the players got together and ultimately he was fired. It seems to be in Brooklyn the same thing. Lots of players say that he was difficult to work with, including their star players. Well, not star, well, their best players, if you will. And all of a sudden, a 50-point loss to the Celtics the game before the All-Star break. They lost by 50 to the Celtics. Now, albeit the Celtics are the best team in the NBA, Kurt. Best record. 50 points in the NBA, to lose by 50 points in the NBA is utterly embarrassing and straight up disrespectful. So I can see, and they need to change a culture there in Brooklyn. They had the, Irving, Kevin Durant, James Harden thing. Then the Ben Simmons thing definitely did not work out. And when players are going up against the coach, which, by the way, seems to be a thing now, not only are players in the NBA able to determine where they go in trades or anywhere, now they're determining the coaches of the teams. It's 2 of them now. 2 coaches fired because the players got together and said this coach needs to be fired. Absolutely insane. It is a player-run league in the NBA. That is for sure. See ya, Jack. Oh my goodness. What would the show be without Raiders slander? What would the show be without Jimmy G? Well, I think Jimmy G may have played his last snap in the NFL Football League. I guess it'd be the National Football League, not the NFL Football League, but you know what I'm saying. If you haven't heard, PED suspension for Jimmy G. 2-game suspension. He was taking a medication that wasn't on the list, or that he didn't tell them he was taking. He did not. He said, yeah, I did it. And he's taken the 2-game suspension. The Raiders were going to cut him anyways. They were going to release him before the, March 5th deadline of franchise tags and all the cuts and everything you got to do. He would earn $11.25 million bonus if he was still at the roster at that point. However, because he was popped with PEDs, he get none of it. He get none. Nothing. Nothing but a G thing. Nothing. Now, the era of Jimmy Garoppolo is finally, I think, just done. Over with. We don't have to hear about his name anymore. He was never even that good. I know, and he had injury problems. But can we just stop it with the Jimmy G thing? Finally, maybe, he's gone for good. I'm sure he'll end up in a backup role somewhere. We're looking at you, Pittsburgh Steelers. But I just think the era of the Jimmy G is over, and I am excited and happy that I don't have to watch this terrible quarterback play football ever again, most likely, unless someone gets hurt. Thank goodness. Now, I did just mention that I just watched the Daytona 500. Hopefully you did too. It was a great race, but just like all Daytona 500s, we had the big one. That's right. Literally, the first 10 laps of the race, there was a big crash that knocked out a few people. And then after that, it was pretty clean. All the way till 8 laps to go in the race, the big one happened and took out pretty much all the favorites in one crash with 8 to go, which was insane. Denny Hamlin out. Ryan Blaney out. Martin Truex Jr. out. Then Ross Chastain, who was in the lead at the time, the very last lap spun out to give William Byron the win. So congratulations to William Byron. You are the 2024 Daytona 500 champion in what was actually a pretty good race. There wasn't overly a lot of cautions, which I hate, but there were 2 big ones, big crashes, which is what the Daytona 500 is really. Plate racing, pack racing. Stick together. Teams stick together. They pit at the same time. And really, every year, it comes down to the last lap anyways. But the rain may be undefeated when it comes to NASCAR. But I'm glad that on this President's Day, we got ourselves a nice little race. So shout out to William Byron on winning that one. Saturday night, we had a UFC 298. Topuria versus Volkanovski. Now, Volka is a good champion. He's a good all-around champion. He's not great at anything, but he's good at everything. He's getting a little older, if you will. And I said, and I meant at the time, I didn't think that Topuria had done enough in his UFC career. Still young, still early in his career, to get a chance to fight Volka for the championship. Yet the odds were pretty close. I think Volka was just a slight minus 125 favorite. To my surprise, I was wrong. I think that Topuria is a great champion. He is very talented. Now, he's not good at everything, but he's great at striking. Absolutely great. And he put it on display, despite all the disadvantages against Volka. the striking, the jabs, everything I saw tells me that he is the rightful champion. So shout out to him. It was a great card. Good fights, by the way. And ultimately, the best man won as we count down now to UFC 300, which still they don't even have main events for yet, which is crazy. UFC 299 will be up next, and I believe that will be the Sean O'Malley fight. 17-1 against Marlon Vera, and then Poirier will be fighting against Saint Denis. So we'll have a good UFC 299. Sean O'Malley, still, he's similar. He's a striking man. He's a striker. Vera's more all-around game. So we'll see how it plays out. I expect O'Malley to win, but we'll more on that when that gets closer. That's not until March 9th. We'll have Thomas Stevens on, and we'll discuss the UFC and our best bets before then and put them on Monday Night Rants.com. That's right. If you haven't yet, check out MondayNightRants.com. You got my picks. You got Heavy T's Inept Franchise Series, which is taking the internet by storm. He may have broke the internet. And also, you can catch up on old shows and, just say hi over there. MondayNightRants.com. I'm just going to bring on the man of the hour now. I see him back here. He's looking awfully good. I think he has a fresh cut. Looking like he has a fresh cut going on here. I saw he got a new tattoo. He's a fresh article, a trending article. This guy's living the life. Let's bring on Heavy T. What's going on, man?
I am definitely a new man. That's the easiest way to say that.
You're a new man.
So I desperately needed a haircut. So yeah, I got my hair trimmed. Got two new tattoos.
New tattoos.
Yeah, 2 new tattoos. So yeah, man. And then a really, really solid article, honestly, in my honest opinion.
I'm not gonna lie, it was very surprising. And not in a bad way, but in a way that was like, I knew it would be good because it's you and you're very talented at this type of stuff. But I think it'd be that good to a point where the research, the dedication, the research, the players, just the time it took to make this article fantastic. So props.
Yeah, I think the funny thing is that, and this isn't a brag at all, but I was sitting there.
Not yet.
And not yet. So I'm sitting there on Saturday, and I'm trying to think, what the hell do I want to put in this thing? Like I gotta. I was just kind of sitting there. I kind of had writer's block. So Sunday comes around and I'm looking at like, okay, I got to start cranking this out. Where do I go from here? And I thought back to the rant video that we did. And I just thought, let me start it by naming the 5 quarterbacks and let me just go from there. And once I finished that first paragraph, I was in a groove. I was in a grind, dude. I was just going. I finished 2/3 of it. I'm not even kidding. I finished 2/3 of it in maybe an hour. So, and then the last part, took a small break. I'm like, okay, I need to refresh real quick. Went outside for a couple minutes, came back, and then knocked it out. So, no, it was fun, man. I haven't blogged in maybe close to a year and a half. So it felt really good to get back into that. And I forgot how much I love doing the research and everything. It's so much fun.
Yeah, let's show everyone what we're talking about here. This is the first of many, a series of Inept franchises. And you did, of course, what we talked about on the show, which made everybody cringe all the time, especially Lisa Ann, who kept on having to hear that Bears
hey, man.
The Bears slander all the time. Shout out to Justin Walker, by the way. The chat said this show deserves to be on air. Fox Sports Radio. Get with the times.
If you have the ears of the execs, let them know.
Let's get with it. So series of Inept franchises here. Obviously, your whole article, the video we talked about that drove Lisa and Howard Bender nuts. Talked about the quarterbacks, the drafting, how bad it's been, and the coaching.
Yeah. And like speaking of the quarterbacks, go back to that image right there.
Let's
Yeah.
dive
Did
in.
you?
Let's dive in. Let's dive in.
Yeah. Did any of you guys have any idea that Cordell Stewart played quarterback for the Bears?
I
I
think
didn't know that.
I had him. I drafted him in my fantasy football league that year. I do remember that. I did have him
Yeah.
on my team. He didn't play very
Did
many
not
games,
know
right?
that.
That
No,
year.
he started 7. Yeah, he started 7 games. That was wild. So I started. I'm like, okay, I know the really bad quarterbacks, but I know they had a lot of randos. And right there, 2003, Cordell Stewart, and I'm like, is that the same Cordell Stewart I'm thinking of? And
It
sure
is
enough,
the
it
Pittsburgh
was
Steelers, Cordell Stewart, the same one.
yeah. I was like, that's so weird. So yeah, but it's really good article. It dives a little deep into it, but not too deep to the point where you're like, this is boring.
No,
So
it was
no,
great.
it's a really fun read, and so it's a quick read too. Like you can finish the whole thing probably like 6-7 minutes. It's not too bad.
I'll be honest with you, my fellow renters. It's a good dump read, if that makes sense.
No, yeah. In all honesty, it is.
Yeah.
It really is.
You know, make sure you light a candle at the end. But yeah, no, it's a good dump read and a great read. It'll make you laugh, and if you're a Bears fan, it'll make you cry.
Yes.
So shout out to you on this. I love it. The one thing that made me laugh more than anything was the amount of Rex Grossman slander in the entire thing.
I mean, like this dude has to be one of the worst quarterbacks that ever started a Super Bowl. Like, there's been
he's up there for sure. That's 100%.
Yeah, so I'm thinking there's been 58 Super Bowls now. 58 divided by 58 times 2 is what, like 116, I think.
Yeah.
So obviously you have a bunch of repeats in there, like Brady, you have Mahomes, Manning, all those dudes. But I mean, the fact that you have up to potentially 116 quarterbacks who have ever played in the Super Bowl, and this dude is one of them, is just it's a disgrace.
Well, you wrote here in the article he finished the game with 165 passing yards, 1 TD, 2 interceptions, and 2 fumbles.
Yeah, that's awful game. And like, I know it was raining during that Super Bowl.
It was, yeah.
He was still awful during the regular season. He was not good. I believe because that's the same year that they have the Monday night comeback win against Arizona, the one where Dennis Green goes on the rant.
They are who we thought they were.
Yeah. Grossman in that game throws somewhere between 4 and 6 interceptions in that game. He had an awful game. And that's just how he was the entire season. It was
that defense. That defense is what got the and Devin Hester
in
this article as well. Hall of Famer Devin Hester now, by the way.
Yes.
So here's something I found interesting. These were the names of players in the NFL taken after they took Mitch Trubisky in the draft. Okay, you ready for this? Jamal Adams, Christian McCaffrey, Marshawn Lattimore, Marlon Humphrey, Evan Ingram, Tre'Davious White, David Njoku, TJ Watt, and then you said, I need to take a deep breath because damn, this list is long. Budda Baker, Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara, Cooper Kupp, Chris Godwin, Trey Henderson, James Conner, George Kittle, Matt Milano, and Aaron Jones.
The part that makes it worse is that everyone between Budda Baker and Aaron Jones, so everyone on the back half of that list, was taken in the second round or later.
Yeah.
Just what were they doing? And you got to remember, I think TJ Watt was on the verge of being a second round pick as well. Yes. So the Steelers, I think they hopped back in the first round. They took him. But just there's so many guys you could have taken. Alvin Kamara would have been huge. Budda Baker would have been. He still would be in there in Chicago.
When was the last good Bears running back? It was Brown, right?
No, it's Forte, I think.
Oh, you do count Forte? I guess he was a fantasy running back. He was good for fantasy sports, but was he really that good of a running back?
Yeah, he's pretty solid. I mean, because he was an okay runner. He was a good pass catcher.
He was great.
Yeah. So I think he's definitely, and considering the way the league is now, yeah, he was a solid running back. I gotta give it to him.
Yeah, I guess you're right there. And I remember having on fantasy, and he was dominating. Matt Forte, was dominating.
He won me a fantasy championship back in 2015 or 16. 14 ounce Miller Lite. Him and Lamar Miller were my running backs. So
14 ounce Miller Lite. Okay, I like it. That
was a good one.
Solid name. So the article is a lot of fun, and then you talk about the coaching as well. Poor Dick Duron gets thrown in here, and the amount of GMs they've had Lovie Smith was the only good coach. You did give a little bit of props to Lovie Smith in
Yeah,
the article, but for the most part, ugh.
yeah, he commanded that defense. He got them to the Super Bowl. Did not realize. I thought he made the playoffs way more. Did not realize he only made it 3 times out of the 8 years that he was there.
Yeah,
Um,
the 3 Jay Cutler years. Or what?
yeah, I think. Well, no. One was
Oh, the
Grossman year. One
Grossman.
was the Cutler year when they went to the NFC title game, and
then he
then
got hurt. Yeah.
yeah, I don't remember when the last one was, but yeah, no, that team is just the coaching decisions that they've made, and how Eberflus is still there. I have no idea. I honestly don't know.
Short term, we'll see. I think this is the make or break year for them coming up. Since 2000, they have 7 winning seasons, 6 playoff appearances. They're 3-6 in the playoffs, and of course, 0 championships. Since 2000, overall, all the coaching combined, even with those winning years that we mentioned, oh my God, 35-45.
For Dick Geron,
wait.
He was 30.
Total between the coaches. Do you have a total between all the coaches?
Oh, yeah. So the total between all the coaches after Lovie Smith, where is it? Yeah, so
71 and 108.
Yeah, Mark Trestman, John Fox, Matt Nagy, and Matt Eberflus have gone 71 and 108 since
71 and 108 in 24 years.
Yeah, I'm not even going to bother looking up the percentage because I'm terrible at math. So, but I can tell you that's below 500.
Yeah, that is that's not good. That is well below 500.
They're just a terrible franchise.
So when you're writing these and obviously at the end you give a very heartfelt sentence out to the Chicago Bears fans out there.
Yeah, I think football is better when the Bears are better, but they're just awful.
Yeah, no, they're
like there's no excuse that the third biggest city in America should have a team that is that bad.
Yep,
it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's run that badly. And I don't know too much about the ownership, but I've never really heard fans really complain about the ownership that much. I believe it's still in the Hallis family. I could be totally wrong, but I believe it still is. But it's more the GMs that they have a problem with because those dudes cannot do anything at all.
Well, they've had 4 GMs since 2000, all of whom made terrible drafting decisions, terrible QB decisions, and terrible head coaching decisions. Verbatim from you in the article on MondayNightRants.com, everybody. If you're listening, we're talking about Heavy T's debut of a series of inept franchises where we break down not the best franchises in sports, the worst. And he did, actually, the Chicago Bears, and boy, was it a doozy.
I can tell you right now, the one that I do next week is going to be on a team from New York. Now, whether it is going to be the New York Knicks or the Buffalo Sabres, I do not know. So the Sabres one's going to be more challenging, but I might do that.
The Knicks would be a good one for sure.
Here's the thing about the Sabres, people. If you don't watch hockey, just so you know, they are bad. They are very bad. So
I believe they ever won a Stanley Cup? I don't think they have.
No, they've been to a couple. Most recently, I think 99, but they did not win. They lost to Dallas on a very controversial call. I believe it was one of the Dallas players. I think had his foot in the crease. I think that's what it was. But yeah, no. So that's the last time they were in, and I think they are on 11 or 12 straight years of not making the playoffs.
Jesus.
So yeah, no, they're pretty.
Is that
bad.
good? Asking for a friend? No, that's not good. Especially in hockey, it seems easier to make the playoffs in hockey than almost any other sport.
Yeah, so it's going to be on a team from New York. I will admit there's one I'm very eager to get into, and that is the Miami Marlins. Did you know they have 2 World Series? Everybody knows this. Did you know they've only made the playoffs 3 or 4 times in their entire franchise history?
I would have said more. I didn't think it was that low.
No, I believe it was last year, the COVID year, and the 2 times they won the World Series. Before 2020, those were their only 2 playoff appearances.
Wow.
And they won the whole thing.
Well, they had Miggy Cabrera as a rookie. That was a pretty loaded team. Gary Sheffield was on that team.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Both those teams ended up being pretty loaded. One loaded with good legitimate stars, and the other one loaded with very young but very good talent. Um, as soon as both of those World Series were over, team was completely dismantled. So that is one. That one and the Knicks are going to be definitely ones where I say the ownership is a massive problem. Because I believe the Marlins have only been around since 93, I think, something like that. And they have had, no joke, I think 4 or 5 owners since then. Yeah, they're not good. So, yeah. So we're going to have some fun with this series.
Yes.
This is going to be good.
I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, everyone likes to talk about the good things, the dynasties. The Kansas City Chiefs are in a dynasty. The Patriots, these dynasties, these winning franchises. Well, no. Heavy T says, no. Hold my beer. I'm going to talk about the worst ones.
Yeah, because I think, look, in all honesty, I think the worst ones need to be covered more because there needs to be shame brought onto these teams. The only way you're going to become better is if you change your ways. But you're not going to change your ways if no one's noticing. If people start to notice, yeah, okay, maybe we're going to change a little bit. Unless you get a jerk of an owner like James Dolan, Artie Moreno's up there. Not very fond of the. I mean, Artie Moreno's definitely up there, but not very fond of the Davis family either in Vegas. So
yeah, they've had some rough patching of drafting over the years. That's for sure.
Yeah, so that's another team that I will dive into. Will be the Las Vegas Raiders. That will
terrible
happen.
haircut.
So,
that's a terrible haircut. Does he look at himself in the mirror and say, "This is what I decide to do today"? This.
Yeah, like, dude, do you look at yourself in the mirror and like, this is how I'm going out in public?
Yep,
sir. There are people watching. What are you doing? So yeah, man, it's
quite the choice.
Like I said,
quite the choice he has there going on up there for the Raiders owner for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Maybe someday I'll get into why franchises are great. You know, I guess Kansas City's the most.
Nah, you're doing the good deed, Heavy T. You are doing the good deed.
Yeah,
you're
but
telling everyone why your team sucks and how they can get better.
And I was gonna say, like, everybody does the franchise or the dynasty ones. Everybody wants to cover the good
story.
Nobody wants to cover the slop. I will cover the. I will get in the mud for you. I will cover the slop.
He is getting knee deep in that mud. I'm going to end it at that. So check it out, by the way, MoneyNightRants.com, the first of the series, the Inept Franchise Series by your boy, Tyler Heavy T. Soto, the Chicago Bears. It's a good read. It's a good dump read. It's a great anytime Sunday afternoon read. Maybe you pinkies up on some tea while reading. I don't care how you do it. Just read it. Did you watch the All-Star game at all?
I did not. I'll be honest. I had no interest in it. I heard it was terrible. I saw what the final score was.
Yeah.
There should, unless a basketball game goes into quintuple overtime or whatever, that score should never happen. That's an embarrassment. Also, I saw I don't remember a year where there seemed to be no hype for All-Star Weekend. I didn't really hear anything about it.
Low key, huh? It was pretty.
Yeah, the only thing that people really mentioned was the Steph and I'm sorry if this is
Sabrina Ionescu.
Okay, so did Sabrina, yeah. So that's the only part I heard mentioned, which was good. I did see that. That was
the best part. I'm not gonna lie. That was the best.
Yeah, I happened to tune in just in time for that. So I saw that and I saw the dunk contest. But the other stuff, like,
we started with a dunk contest.
Okay, so here's the thing. I actually think the dunk contest this year from the contestants, I thought was actually decent, except for Jaylen Brown. That dude.
He did nothing. Okay. How do you make the final?
Hold on. Let me get to that. The judges had no idea what they were doing.
The judges were terrible. They were blind.
They had some awful calls right there. How Jaylen Brown got from the first round to the final with two of the worst dunks I've ever seen in a dunk contest. I don't know if they were told by Adam Silver, like, hey, we gotta put like a name in here so people will watch this thing next year. That was awful. I know that he was trying, and I can't remember which player it was, but I know Jalen was trying to mimic the old Celtics player doing that.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
he
while he
didn't, he
dunked.
didn't even do it. He did it after.
Yeah, he did it
He
after. He looked
landed
like
on
he
the ground
dabbed.
and then went.
Yeah, he just dabbed, and I'm like, this is
It was
stupid.
terrible. Yeah.
So yeah, man, I miss the days where um guys would bring out like their own props. I thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah,
I
like
remember when.
I talked about the Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine one, that one with the mascot
So,
on the
yeah, so that's a good
hoverboard,
one.
and
Bringing in the
yeah,
mascots.
that was
But
a
I
good one.
remember when Dwight Howard used to be really good at
The
this.
Superman costume and all that.
So the Superman costume, of course, yeah. Him bringing. I remember one year he had the normal rim, and then he brought out another one, and I
He
think he
brought
took
out a
two
rim that
balls.
was
That one's pretty cool. There was one where I think it was like a cupcake was on the rim,
and
and it
he
had a
blew out
can.
the candle. Yeah.
Yeah, while he dunked it, I thought was pretty cool. And then I think there was another one while he dunked it, he like slapped a sticker of his face
Yep, he
on
slapped
the
the
back or
sticker on
something.
the backboard.
Like, where is that creativity?
It's not. It's
It's
crazy.
gone.
Yeah,
It's gone. And look, here's the other thing too. They don't. I'm convinced that the people who participate in the dunk contest, with the exception of Mac McClung, they don't practice this at all. They just kind of go in like
the Jacob Toppin dunk was really good.
Yeah, he was robbed.
Props. Yeah, he was robbed.
Now we're going back to the judges thing. He was robbed.
Yep, he was robbed for sure. And then Jaime Jaquez Jr., he was okay. You know,
He tried. He put in a good effort.
I did like the LED court was kind of cool. I did enjoy that.
It was okay. Yeah, they're trying to get that.
Following him around with fire.
And that's another thing too. When I'm watching the dunk contest, I actually want to see the dunk TNT.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They just Jaylen Brown. They just completely didn't show one of them. I don't know what was going on in that production truck. Or
they didn't really need to, and yet he still made the finals somehow. So
yeah. So I don't. So this is what I want to see. I don't know if they can. I think they should. I would love to see a trampoline incorporated.
Oh,
I think that'd be cool.
I don't know that you say that because when our guest comes on, Elliott Kams, we're going to ask him about this because he was talking about slam skip ball. I don't know if you ever heard of this slam ball, slam skip ball.
Yeah, I've heard of slam
We'll
ball,
talk about it with him, but there's trampolines involved in that. But yeah,
the other thing I want to see, and I know there's ways to do this because I've seen wrestlers do it. You can. I want to see someone light the ball on fire, like just wear some fire retardant gloves. Light the ball on fire.
NBA Jam status, baby.
Yeah, like
real
NBA
live
Jam status,
NBA Jam status.
Yeah, and it's not so. I've seen wrestlers put like lighter fluid or something on a table, light the table on fire, and then go crashing through it while it's on fire. And they end up pretty okay for the most part. Obviously, don't stay there, for more than 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But they do pretty good for the most part. No, I need to see a basketball on fire. That needs to happen.
I'm in. I want to see the whole rim on fire. I want to see everything. I want to see just a fire slam NBA Jam.
See the rim getting on fire is a little tricky because first off, you got to pay the stadium for a new rim, so there's that. And then second, I think they're concerned with the fire rim is like crap. Kids are going to try and replicate this now. So yeah, but I mean, I think a fire basketball. Obviously, you put a disclaimer like, "Do not try this at home." But I think a fire basketball would be pretty cool, and then trampolines, of course. Like, I was telling my buddy the other day, I was longing for the days where Blake Griffin would just hop over the Kia, which I have beef with that too because Blake Griffin's going to jump over a car. All right, cool, my man, you jumped over the hood. That is not like the car.
Was it a convertible too?
No. So it was a hardtop car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but he jumped over the hood. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you say I'm going to jump over a car, I expect to be the hardtop, not the hood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, still cool, but I was like,
did he win that year? He won that year with that.
I believe he did. Yeah, it was his rookie year, and him and Dwight Howard. Because I'm not giving any credit to Jaylen Brown this year. Him and Dwight Howard were the last two big names that I remember participating in the dunk contest. I can't.
I think Donovan Mitchell won.
I did not know that.
1 year.
I had no idea.
No, it was
I think, I will be honest. I think Paul George did it 1 year when he was still young with Indiana. but I believe he
he
did it
did
one
not
year.
win, but he did do it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he didn't win. But guys, the fact, I mean, you look in history at who's done the dunk contest. So like I said, you have Dwight Howard, Kobe did it, Dominique did it, Michael did it. You have all these stars that did it. I honestly believe the fact that LeBron James has not done the dunk contest has actually kind of killed it, because he's basically telling all the other big stars like, "Hey, we don't need to do this." And
Yeah, I
it
mean, you
sucks
got
now.
Mac
It's
McClung,
boring.
who's on his 8th G League team.
Yeah, I miss. I would be fine. Just give me a Vince Carter honey dip.
Ooh,
I'm fine with. I miss that. We don't even get that anymore, dude.
nothing.
It's so the mighty have fallen. It's so sad. So
Well,
sad.
shall we bring on our guest? Maybe he has some insight on the Heavy T. You have not met Elliott Kams from the New Rock 104 Drew Show, the morning show. He's quite a funny character, and you guys are I'm gonna let you guys also nerd out a little bit. I'll explain more in a few minutes. Without further ado, from the Drew Show, New Rock 104, every weekday morning from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. New Rock 104. Here is Elliott.
Hey,
what's going on, Elliott?
Can you guys hear me all right? Are we good?
We're good.
Yeah,
we're here. You're here.
All right, perfect. All right, I was a little nervous there. I was a little scared I wasn't gonna make a grand entrance like you guys have, but thank you so much for having me. Super happy to be here, guys.
Of course. Obviously, you're used to being on the radio where they can't see your face and your reactions as you talk. So everyone gets to see you.
Well, and that's for a reason.
So. True. Now, you haven't met Heavy T. This is my producer / co-host, Heavy T. Elliott Kams. Elliott Jams.
Pleasure to meet you, boss.
From New Rock 104. By the way, you can listen. If you're not in Central California, no excuses, people. There's an app. There's an app for everything. You can get on the app and listen yourselves from wherever you are in the world. Apps rock. Elliott, I saw on your social media, and this is where I'm going to let you guys nerd out a little bit, and I'm going to take a little step back here because this is not my wheelhouse. But I have a huge fan here next to me in Heavy T of WWE. We're talking huge fan. And we had a little event in Fresno over the weekend here, and I saw you went to it. Was that
dude
on TV?
No, I don't believe so. It was the Road to WrestleMania. We had Cody Rhodes out there as the main event. So I watched it. I started WWE in the Attitude Era, like I think a lot of people did.
Yeah.
And then that like early 2000s run to 2010-ish. So like Carlito coming back was awesome for me.
Yeah.
Like, although I had heard Randy Orton was supposed to be the headliner, and it wasn't Randy Orton. And I gotta be honest, I'm bummed. Like, I was bummed to find out that the Legend Killer, Randy Orton, wasn't gonna do it. I want to see some RKOs, man.
Yeah, man, that's what everybody goes there for. But I get it. He can't take the pin just yet. He just got back, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, no, that's pretty dope, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I almost didn't come on tonight because I was planning on going to Raw because it's here in Anaheim in the Honda Center. So, but because it's such a hot ticket right now with The Rock being back and everything, I was looking up how much tickets were, thinking like, oh, okay, I'll just pay like $50 for the nosebleed. I'll get it. They want $150, second to last row in the nosebleed section, and I was like, I'm not paying that, dude.
Wait, The Rock was supposed to be there tonight?
Well, no. So he's been back for about a month.
I was just saying, I just saw him in Daytona on the Daytona 500.
No.
So
I mean, honestly,
Taylor Swift it over to Raw.
If the race was yesterday, like it was supposed to be planned, I wouldn't be surprised if he did show up in Anaheim because it is in LA. So, but weather ruins everything. So,
especially NASCAR. Yeah.
So, I mean, how'd you feel about that though? Because weren't people mad about, like, I don't follow it too heavily anymore, but weren't people pissed that it was like The Rock was taking Cody Rhodes' title shot or something? Did he backpedal on that?
So it turned into this whole thing where The Rock basically, I guess, was campaigning in the back that he should have the WrestleMania headline match. And I guess he was campaigning for himself to actually beat Roman. And his whole thing was like, oh, I'm going to come in and I'm going to save WrestleMania. And he tried that. And everybody immediately hated him. They're like, nah, Cody's been our working man champion. He's been the total blue collar guy. screw you, you're Hollywood, you're only going to be a part-timer, we don't want that anymore. And, so they turned on him. And I thought it was great. I think it's made for excellent TV. I've been following everything, especially for like the past couple months, a little bit more than I have. But it's just so good right now. It's like pure soap opera drama. And I want nothing more. I absolutely love it.
I know nothing about. I just.
So I was actually
Ramon. This is the last wrestler I remember. Razor Ramon. Does he still exist?
No, he is unfortunately passed away.
Oh,
Shout
shoot.
out Scott Hall. Yeah, he passed away a little. I think like a year or two ago. Yeah.
Shout out Razor Ramon.
So I was thinking about it the other day because growing up, I used to watch this with my sister all the time. We would watch Monday Night Raw all the time together. And as I've gotten older, I've been thinking about it. It's like, is this just guys? It's like reality TV show. Like, I mean, girl, you get like the Love Is Blind, The Bachelor, you get all that stuff. Like, is WWE, is this a man's reality TV show? Because there's sometimes you get like Kane got Lita pregnant and Matt Hardy's got to fight him in a Hell in the Cell to determine who the dad is. It's like, what is going on? But man, I can't turn away. I got to watch this.
Maybe I'm missing out here. Maybe someone got
that was like back in 2005. I remember that. But no, that's what it is. It's a guy's soap opera. It's guys reality TV. And I never thought about it like that, but now I am thinking about it. And yeah, that's exactly what it is.
You just broke heavy tea there, Elliott.
Yeah, really, dude. Really.
He's been trying to get me into it. So I'm like, okay. So I gave it a shot like one night because I was so mad because I lost a bet. I started watching. I was like, okay, this is cool. A little cheesy at times, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, I mean it's fun. It's fun. It's fun entertainment, and I guess, but it's not really reality TV either because it's scripted, isn't it?
No, well,
wait a minute.
I mean, like,
wait a minute.
Yeah.
What am I talking about?
So, maybe to a degree. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, so it's
I'm sure they have a writer.
It's scripted to a degree, but there's been plenty of times where they come in at the last second and they say, "Hey, we're not doing this original plan. We're doing something else," and you you switch it up a little bit. So
when you got to wing it, like
you got to wing it.
Well, I mean, like my favorite clip is always that Vince McMahon when he's running down the lane for the Royal Rumble and he hits his legs on the ring. And he tears his quads, like both of his quads.
Yeah.
So he tries standing up and his legs give out. So he's yelling at the refs sitting on his ass, going like, you got to figure this stuff out.
Yeah, he's pointing at the refs, just yelling, sitting there like the world's oldest child, just yelling and screaming direction. It's one of the funniest clips ever. Because first off, everybody knows that dude was so pumped on steroids. But second, how do you blow both quads at the exact same time?
Hey, that'd be hard to do, right? Like that's
right. Like it's just absolutely insane. I wonder how long this man was in a wheelchair. Just absolutely insane, man.
Well, he's definitely running away from things right now. I will tell you that.
Yeah,
he's in a little bit of trouble.
We ain't talking about that.
Vince McMahon's stock's at an all-time high right now.
Yeah, no, it's give it a goog, people. Give it a goog. Stay for the headlines. They're funny. Okay, I'm done with you guys nerding out because I had no idea what you were talking about for half of that. So I'll be honest. It was fun though to see both you smile and talk to each other, so I enjoyed it. Let's talk about sports. Speaking of sports that should be professional or not professional, whatever, however you want to classify it as a sport or not, wrestling. When I was on the show, you talked about Elliott on the Drew Show. You talked about slam skip ball. Is that what it was?
Yeah, dude. So if I recall correctly, slam skip ball was an MTV show where it was 3v3 basketball, but it was trampolines. And it was basically all dunks. You weren't like, if you were taking a jump shot, you suck, dude. And so you do a dribble, and then you fly and try and poster everybody. But there was like straight up tackling involved or just punches at this point. So it was like the physicality of like hockey with trampolines and a basketball. It was the most entertaining sport for a good like year. And then they dropped it. But like recently, ESPN brought it back for like a Vegas league, just as electric. So good.
Yeah, I can't wait. I want to know when that starts up again because that sounds like a lot of fun. Like I want to play it. Can we go? Can we make a team? 3 of us right here go play it. Let's go.
Get
Trust
a Fresno trio.
Yeah.
I will gladly coach on the side because my knees will give out if I try to do that on the trampoline.
I'll say
So
heavy.
I'll gladly
I tell
do it.
myself like,
Oh,
yeah,
there you go.
I tell myself like, yeah, I'd play for a game, and then after getting postered like 8 different
Yeah,
times and
depressed.
8 different elbows hit across the chin, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna sit the next game out.
Yeah, I'm good.
Get some other guys some time. Yeah.
I'm good. So slamsketball is one that we would like to see become a professional sport. And then we've had cornhole on early Sunday mornings when there's nothing else on ESPN. Fishing really early on ESPN in the morning.
Bass fishing, yeah.
That's crazy. And then I got punished and had to watch pickleball between old tennis players on ESPN. So what other sports would you two like to see become a professional sport like on ESPN or the Ocho, if you will? Elliott, you go first.
Okay. All right. I've got like 5 here, but I think we go 1, 1, 1,
Yeah,
1,
yeah, we'll go
1.
1-1.
And I'm going to start with this one's a little more closer to home. You know, I think this is kind of like a flex when you get home or you see your mom gets home and you see the whole trunk full of groceries and you try and make it all in one go with all the groceries. You do a strength lifting competition with everything being held in grocery bags. And you have to just see how much weight you can actually lift in grocery bags. I think that one's slam dunk.
That's pretty good.
I like
That's a
it.
good one.
I think it should be filmed like in a fake studio or like in a garage, and you don't know what's in the grocery bags. And they open the trunk door, and you go, "Oh, you're just stuck having to lift that."
Yeah.
I love that.
Have it right outside Costco. Just don't show them what's inside the car and just like figure it out. Like pick your heads or tails. All right, you win the you win the coin toss, you get to pick which car. The other guy's got to go first.
I can already tell you this segment's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, let's go. Every team, what you got?
So kind of similar to that, but this was a game show, but it 100% needs to be an actual sport. Bring back Supermarket Sweep. That thing was so awesome, dude. If that was an actual sport on ESPN, I would watch the hell out of that thing. And I remember watching it as a game show when I was a kid. I always told myself, if I get older and this thing is still on TV, I have a whole strategy. I know exactly what I'm going to do.
What's your strategy? What's your Supermarket strategy?
Dude, you go for 2 things first. You go for the big old turkeys because those things go by the pound. Those things are heavy. And then you go for as much car oil as you can carry because those things, dude, those things, the big jumbo ones, you're looking at like $50 a bottle, dude. That's quick $2.50 right there in my cart. Let's go, man. And then of course, third, I don't know if they put it on the show, but the third one, go for the alcohol. That thing's expensive, dude. Throw the alcohol in the cart. Let's go.
Yeah, get some Pappy Van Winkle bottles up in there.
No, I never understood. So I remember watching the old one. I never understood why they went for the garden hoses. I was like, those things are not that expensive. What are you doing?
The weight, maybe, or the length, maybe.
But I mean, like, if you're going for the alcohol, do you have to wait for the clerk to like unlock it for you for like the good bottles? It's like, bro, give me that handle Patron. I know it's a good 80.
Yeah, it's a good 80. But do I wait for the clerk or do I grab as many of the cheap ones as I can because I know when that time is going to add up.
Fill up your cart with pop-off, baby. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, you know what they don't keep locked up? They don't keep the Jose Cuervo locked up. And that's, some people like that. So that's $30 a bottle. Let's go into the basket.
I think they do that for a reason, though, man.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, let me do one of mine real quick because I think you guys is better than mine. But here's my main one. I'm obsessed with. Remember, like, you used to have that basketball hoop on the backside of your door?
Yes.
Like the little Nerf little basketball hoop. I want 2-on-2 Nerf basketball where there's no goaltending. There's none of that. You just try to play Nerf basketball with the little hoops that you have on the backside of your door.
I like it.
I think that would be fun because I still I have one here that I still in my office that I'll like when I have anxiety or whatever. I'll just start like shooting. I love it, man. I'll tell you, that'd be a sport.
It's going to bother me right now because I cannot remember his name, but there's an Arabic dude who does like crazy shots with like his Nerf basketball.
Oh, I've seen the video.
Yeah. He'll have his buddies like come in and try to block it, and it's slow mo. It's got the NBA on ABC music thing going. Yeah, I would watch that. That'd be pretty sick.
Hey, I got one.
Hey,
yeah.
Okay.
No, I got one. I'm happy. I thought mine was.
Okay. No, I was gonna be. I thought you meant like, oh, you got a new one. I was like, go for it, man.
Oh no, I'm gonna save my second one for later. But apparently, you had like 10. So
I got a few.
Go for it.
I was
We have
thinking
no
about
stop
this
here.
one.
We have no stop here. We can go all night.
Okay. A few of these are like just based off of things that already exist, but I have one, and this is going way back, way back. I feel like we need like just something new, but we got to go back in time for it. Let's bring back jousting. Let's get some horses.
Yes.
Let's get it. Let's get some knights. Let's defend our countries. Let's make it an Olympic sport. Maybe in the fall, or maybe make it a winter sport so they can land on snow, a little extra padding, and you let them joust.
The medieval times. You ever been to medieval times?
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get the first part of it, the horses in the stick, and you just let them go. Best of 3 wins, you go on for a gold medal. I think that's a great Olympic sport. Gets people back interested.
I would watch that over the equestrian part of that.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I think there's a lot. I think like when you see the Olympics go, there's a lot of sports you're like, I can skip that one. I can skip, but like Tuesday's jousting day. I'm watching quarterfinals. I don't care who's on. Whether it's the U.S., whether it's China, whether it's Saudi Arabia, we're watching some jousting.
Who would be the best jousting country, you think, if you had to choose? The
German? No, it'd be definitely a country that rides a lot of horses.
That too. Yeah, I can see that in play.
I think a lot of Middle Eastern countries would have the upper hand on that.
Okay, so Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Also,
I feel like England's got to be good at it.
They got to be good. I mean,
you can't be England. You can't be like a European country and suck at jousting. Like you invented knights.
If you have a castle still standing, you should be good at jousting.
You have to be good. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw in an underdog country that I think does really well. I think Mexico would do really well.
Explain.
Oh, come on.
Dude,
they would kick ass.
They ride horses all the time in those wide open spaces in Mexico, dude. They know what they're doing. That'd be good.
Okay.
So it's funny you mentioned that because small story. I used to work at Raus, which anyone outside of California grocery store owned by Kroger, right? So one day while we're working, it's dead. It's almost midnight. We're closing. We decide to get the 2 electric scooters we have and the 2 longest baguettes we could find. And you know exactly what we did. We jousted with those things. It was so fun, dude. Because those scooters go about a total of 3 miles an hour. So it was so fun, dude. Good times.
Who won? Did you win?
Did you win?
Come on. Yeah, you got to win bread jousting.
Yeah.
Everything goes.
You
back
just make that the prelim before the joust competition.
Boom, done.
All right, have you teamed you got another sport besides bread jousting?
Let me think. You know what? Yeah, let's do melon smashing. That could be a sport. Okay. So here's my thinking. We'll have a target area, as I just completely knocked my laptop off. We have a target area around the stump that you put the melon on, and when you smash it, the farther the debris goes, the more points you get. Okay, that's how we're going to score this thing. Melon smashing needs to come back.
That sounds badass. I'd watch that every Sunday.
Yeah, what do you throw at the melon? Are you throwing something at the melon to smash it?
Oh no, you're hitting that thing with like a sledgehammer.
Oh, but
you just go over the top and
so straight up Gallagher. So the professional Gallagher League is what this would be.
Yeah, Gallagher.
Pretty much.
No, we're not doing catapults now. You're doing it with a sledgehammer. Let's go.
All right. I like that one. I would like to see, this is one of my favorite games growing up as a kid that I love. I would like to see professional, because we have like chess and all this, right? I would like to see professional Connect 4. I think that would be a fun time. The strategies between the 2 people trying to get the 4 to go. Connect 4 is a fun game. It's a quick game. You can do it real quick. You could have the National Connect 4 Championship. Who's the best Connect 4 player in the world? And that's something that I feel like I would be pretty good at too. So Connect 4 professionally, I think would be a lot of fun.
Okay.
All right, that's not bad. I feel like you're going down the rabbit hole. It starts with Connect 4, it goes down to like Uno, and then you're just gonna have like fights in the middle of the league.
Yeah. Like at a family picnic. wait till we have professional Guess Who. That would be. Does your person have glasses? Yeah, everyone on the camera can see it. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going down a rabbit hole right there as well. By the way, shout out to Guess Who. I got to play that game again. All right, Elliott. What do you got?
All right. This one, so this is inspired off of a sport or a competition in Finland. It's called wife carry. We flip it. We get some just beefy ass women, some just strong women to carry their husbands around through obstacles and stuff like that. We call it hubby lift or hubby carry. You know, I think that's a winner.
Hubby
I
lift
like
is a
hubby
winner.
lift.
Hubby lift is
lift
gold.
Yeah.
You need to buy hubbylift.com right now. Go stop what you're doing, Elliott, and buy hubbylift.com if it's available.
You just have them holding on to their wives like little koala bears, like right there on the chest, and they're just mowing through. I think that's a sick competition. I'd watch that all the time.
I've never heard of wife carry, but I assume it's men with their wives on their shoulders doing
and they're like running through these obstacles. And
all right, then I would definitely watch that. Both versions,
right?
Actually. Yeah, that would be interesting. And then like there'd have to be weight classes, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But who's gonna win the featherweight hubby lift?
All right. So last one I can think of, and I've seen the videos of this, and it's pretty sick, and this needs to be a sport. You ever see those fireman races that they do, where they get like the ladder and they just speed climb this thing, and then they pull it up and then throw it up again, and then they just speed climb it all the way up? Those fireman races, or just like some kind of fireman relay, those things need to be a sport. Those things are so entertaining to watch.
Okay, I've never seen those, but they sound pretty interesting. So they're pretty much.
I've seen clips of it before, and it's crazy how like in sync like a team of 20 is getting a ladder up and all of them climbing.
Okay, I think Heavy T just likes the sweaty firemen climbing ladders. I think that's what
could be. Could be.
Yeah.
No, I'm literally gonna send this video to you right now because this thing is so cool. It's just.
If you put it, if you send it to my phone, I could actually put it up on the.
Boom! I just sent it to your phone.
Yeah.
Just be careful. It's the one with shirts and not the other ones. You know.
Yeah, I made sure he's in a full uniform real quick.
All right, let me stop this before it plays, and I'll put it on here. We could all watch together. Firefighter Combat Challenge World Championship. That's quite the name. Let me pull this.
And then I'll send you a second one, which is the actual ladder one.
We're just gonna watch firemen challenges here for the rest of the show. Here, okay, here we go.
I'm with it. Okay, that's a lot of views, though. That's a lot of views. They're the sport.
That's good views. I think you're onto something here, Heavy T. It's getting some good views.
It gets good traction, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
All right, what are they doing? All right. Oh, you got a blue team and a red team. How conventional. Oh, of course it's an alarm bell. Oh, wow.
Okay. Go red team. Go red team.
Go blue team. Go blue team.
Red team.
Oh, they just have to find me.
Whoa.
They got sponsors and everything, too, dude.
Flew upstairs.
Dude, red team is crushing.
They
got 3M. They got 3M sponsors. Good stuff.
Bro is schmooving down these stairs.
Oh, okay. What are we doing now? Okay.
Oh, they got to beat the shit out of the thing with a hammer. Oh,
got a little hammer action.
Long Snitty wins the race. Go around the fire hydrants. You got this.
This is like the NBA skills challenge right now. Oh, there we go.
Oh, then you got to bring the hose all the way back.
Oh, this is the best part.
Okay.
Of course, it ends.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
I love the official ref with the clip.
Spray it, yeah.
Pick up the dummy.
There's so much going on in this thing.
This dude is killing it. Absolutely killing it. This chick
Don't you quit on me.
The ref speedwalker is the best. God, he's gonna carry that dummy to safety. Oh yeah.
That's a great time. That's
a minute and 16 is insane. So if you click the second video I sent you, that's the actual.
We're gonna give our viewers more of that. Right.
Yeah, just a little bit. The latter one is insane, dude. But no, that was actually really good. So could I do any of that? No,
I
it
mean,
take me about 15 minutes.
Let me get by the ad first, and then we'll play it.
Okay, there you go.
I don't know. I feel like we could do that one. I feel like that one was pretty reasonable. Just running up some stairs, hammering a block of metal, and just dragging a bot. I think that's super doable.
So I think the pulling of the hose all the way up in order to
Dude.
bring it back down, that's where I might struggle.
It was quite impressive. Here, there we go. Here's the ladder one here. Let me bring it on air. Okay, this is what's good.
Oh yeah.
So
Here
apparently these
Here
are.
we go.
What are these cheerleaders doing with that? Looking like band.
Hey,
Okay,
it's the flags of your firehouse, man.
All right. Okay, here we go. You ready? Watch this one. Oh, there's no volume.
Damn.
Damn! Where did that guy go?
That's crazy.
Holy!
12 and a half seconds is insane, man.
That guy would
12 and a half
be-
seconds.
That guy would be a
Flew.
parkour champion, man. Oh, they go again? Let's see. God, man. That
Hang
was
on.
slow
Oh,
motion.
it's them in
replay.
We
slow
need a
mo.
slow motion replay of this dude. Look at that.
So this dude, pick it up, throw it on.
What is
The,
it
the,
hanging on?
the dude in the third spot is
Damn.
absolutely struggling.
He is. Yeah, he's not even in the screen. He is hating himself right now. Look at
And
that.
this dude, like,
Yeah.
spider monkeys
One
down
is
there.
dying down there.
Insane.
That is
Absolutely
okay.
insane.
Okay, that has to be one of my favorites. That and jousting. I do like jousting.
That's what I'm saying, dude. These need to be sports, dude. It needs to happen.
Elliot, do you have any more specials?
I got two, so I'll go through them just really quick.
right,
One,
let's
those like old elementary school games, you have to do the sack race. We
Yeah.
make that just like an actual racing league. We get like,
Sack
we
racing
oil
league?
up like a track, we get some sacks, and we try and make you hop and you just eat it. I think a ton of people would watch that. That could be like a Ocho show,
I like it.
And
I like
then
it. And
My second
Red
one, it's
Rover. Professional Red Rover.
yeah. Oh,
That'd
dude,
be fun too.
some people get clobbered. in Red
You get
Rover.
clobbered.
Yeah. And then my last one, it's cheating, I know, but like Beer Fest really was a great movie. Why not just make an actual country to country league? You just do a beer league. You could put all the money to people in recovery, so it's for a good cause. You get like teams of 4 to 6, and you compete in various games like thumper, boat race, flip cup, beer pong, like classic beer pong with the actual ping pong table. You make that a sport, I think a ton of people watch it. And there's
I think
nothing
a lot of people would
more.
watch that.
What you want with your sport is and what you want with your sport is people like, I could do that. And then they'll watch like, oh, this guy sucks. He missed back-to-backs. Are you kidding me? Like, I wouldn't have missed that. So then you get people talking about it. Then they start getting in it. Then you have your own intramural leagues until you try out for the USA team.
Mm-hmm. I'm in. And then we have little beer fest. But would the USA team be as good as the German team or the European team?
No, so I found out last night that apparently the two biggest countries when it comes to drinking, Germany is obviously one. The second one, you wouldn't think of it, but I looked it up and it's true. South Korea.
What?
Yeah, South Korea, dude.
Yeah.
They have some.
They do some
impressive
drinking over
drinkers
there.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, to be fair, if I lived that close to the north, I'd be drinking too.
You would think their tolerance wouldn't be so, good. They're like really skinny. I guess. All right.
So they drink. There's a drink. So I actually went for Korean barbecue last night, and there's a drink that they drink called, I think it's like soju or something like that. When you drink it,
Yeah.
it tastes like flavored water. I looked at the bottle. That thing was a 12% alcohol volume,
Jesus.
and you drink it in like little shots, and it comes in like a glass that's maybe like a beer glass size. So and you drink it in little shots, dude. That thing will get you. Those dudes know how to drink, man.
Shout out to South Korea and the South Korean beer fest team. Put some money on them in the first ever beer fest. That's what I would do. I think I'd hold my own in a drinking. Beer pong would be my thing because I'm pretty good at that normally. Chugging, not so much, especially out of that boot. I don't know if I would get so anxiety about when do I turn it? When do I do this? It would just bleh. I could do flip cup pretty well. I could do traditional beer pong, not the one where you throw the ball in the cup, but when you put the cup at the corners and you use the paddles.
Yeah, I think you get a little bit of that going. I think you get some thumper. You get some
Thumper.
lively games. Flip cup, maybe some quarters.
Quarters.
I think you get a good one. And then your classic like boot chug at the end for a tiebreaker.
A
I think
shotgun
you got
race.
yourself a recipe.
Fastest shotgun.
Ooh,
That's true. Yeah, this should be happening.
I could do. I could shotgun pretty.
Some
fast.
of those would be like milliseconds apart.
Oh, it'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to be like slow motion and see, and then you'd have to have the judges check for like drops in the cup and see,
Make sure it's completely empty.
I've shotgunned with people who cheat. They're like, I'm done, but I could still see some beer flowing out of that hole, and I'm going, sir, you did not finish your shotgun.
Tell you what, if it comes down to it, we'll go to the VAR and we'll check it all. We'll make sure we're good.
That hole is too big, not regulation shotgun hole size.
Not regulation, no.
Yeah, of course. That would be a lot of fun. Heavy T, got any more? Are you calling it?
But those are all
I'm good, man. That's all I got.
Yeah, I just had Connect 4 and mini basketball from the back of your door. Elliott came prepared, Heavy T. He's like,
it's my first time on the show
all day. Yeah. No, yeah, you'll be on again.
Yeah, I spent like the last 3 nights like, what would work? What would play out? And so I had to make sure I brought my A game tonight for my first appearance and hopefully my first of many.
Oh, yeah. We'll have you on again. It's a lot of fun. Well, I don't know. Heavy T has this game that he does. It's called Make the Cut.
Love that game.
Yeah. So he hosts and he wears a cool hat, an oversized, funny hat. Andrew Cooper in the chat. When it comes to shotgunning, I'm like Denzel in Training Day. Oh, damn.
Oh, that's a good reference. Love that. Love that, Coop.
That's a good reference for sure. So we'll have to have you on for that, where pretty much like he'll say like the last Super Bowl champions, and you got to go in order. So like I'll go first, and I'll say Kansas City, and then you would go next, and you would have to say, I don't remember who won the year before that. Oh wait, it was Kansas City. And then you would have to say the Rams, and then you go, and then once you miss, you get cut, and he takes you off the screen, and then whoever's left wins that round. It's kind of cool. Yeah. It's based off of a wrestling thing that he likes. So
okay, well, hey,
pretty cool.
I promise I won't cheat. I mean, if I'm looking this way the whole time while I'm talking, I promise I'm not looking at like a printout or anything.
Okay, all right. Just like look it up.
Scouts on for sure.
Constantly like this.
Yeah.
Because you're not used to being on. Yeah. You're not used to being on camera, so like it's like you do things every day that
I would never cheat on my radio show. Okay, never cheat.
There you go.
Well, we do go back and forth on the Drew Show on New York 104. I've been on Fridays doing sports. I just got to be a part of the 1,000th episode. Congratulations. Let me give you a cheer.
Thank you.
That's what you guys started the show right before the pandemic hit. They started and imagine that all of a sudden it's like, well, now what?
Yeah, man. Pandemic was a wild time to be alive.
We started on the not so eventful day of January 6, 2020. Very chill, tame day that had no historical importance whatsoever. We got it going from there, and then like a month later, the world was like, "Hey, you know that show you just started? Well, we're gonna take a good 3 years off. All right, so figure it out." And then
here we are. You made it to 1,000.
You know what? We got through our one.
Yep, you made
it to 1,000. New Rock 104.1 Monday through Friday, 6 to 10 a.m. Me, Drew, the namesake, and Jess, the third seat. We've been having a lot of fun and having Edward on, and it's been a great time.
Yes, awesome, dude. Congrats. That's huge.
What's crazy is the first day I went on, I absolutely crushed my football bets. Like I went like 5-1 or something stupid like that. And then after that, I've been like, iffy on them. So I did make it back up in the Super Bowl because I had some good prop bets. Tails does fail.
Ooh, yeah. the props, we don't need to talk about the props. Yeah, all right, we don't need to talk about the props. All right, what matters is picking the winner. It matters is picking the winner.
Exactly. Why don't you tell everyone here, Elliott, who your favorite teams are in all the major sports here? Obviously, I know you're a Packers fan, but what are your
All
other?
right. All right. I am. So I don't know how this came to be in my family. My grandpa was born in Detroit. My grandma was born in, I believe, Massachusetts. They met in Chicago. Packer fan. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it started. But every Sunday growing up with my cousins and my uncles, aunts, my grandparents, every Sunday was Packer Sunday. We would all sit around the TV and watch a Packer game. And so I've been very fortunate to go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to now Jordan Love. Things seem to be good for us, which stoked about.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball, I was never really a big fan growing up as a kid. I loved D Wade, so watching Dwayne Wade play as I was growing up was really cool. And then my dad took us to a Warriors game the day after Monte Ellis got traded. I was really excited to see Monte, but then he gets traded. Steph had a lot of ankle issues at the beginning of his career, so we didn't get to see him. Andrew Bogut didn't play, the guy they traded for. So
Hard.
I was watching Nate Robinson play against Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce and Rondo.
Hey, you saw the first ever big three in NBA history. That's awesome.
Dude, and Kevin Garnett hit the smoothest clutch game winner on us. It was so cool. I wasn't even mad. It was such a sick. It was literally such a cool game winner. I was like, damn, that was so smooth.
I can't be mad at that.
So I've been rooting a little bit for the war. I couldn't. Yeah. So I picked the right time, I guess, to get behind the Warriors before they got Mark Jackson, and then they became arguably one of the best teams in the last 20 years.
Yeah, if not the.
Let's see. Baseball, I've always had a soft spot for the city of Oakland. My dad likes rooting for the Raiders, or he was more of a Raider guy. I'll never forget when they made it to the Super Bowl. He throws this big party. First time and last time we've ever had a Super Bowl party at my house. It was for the Raider game, and they lose by 40.
Yeah, shout out to Brad Johnson.
It became a sore spot for him. So.
Yeah. Rough.
One of the worst quarterbacks to ever win the Super Bowl was Brad Johnson that year. That was.
Yeah. But so I started getting into the Oakland A's, and that was when they had greatest name in possibly baseball history, Coco Crisp.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Giannis Cespedes, Josh Donaldson, Brandon Moss. They had some dogs. Sonny Gray at the time. They get John Lester for half a season, and he leaves to win a World Series literally the next year, which was awesome. And now the A's are super cool. They're such a fun franchise to support and be behind with a very selfless owner. Very selfless. And the city loves him, by the way. I don't know if you guys know. The city loves him.
Yeah. What a great hospitality
they
show up. What a great stadium that is. They really take care of it.
Oh, yeah. He's so selfless. He wants to donate the team to Sacramento for a year. It's really cool. I mean, shout out to the guy.
Heavy T is doing a series of Inept Franchises. We just launched the Chicago Bears. I'm sure you saw the promotion. Probably it's good stuff. Heavy T, where is the Oakland Athletics ranked on that list of Inept Franchises?
I gotta be honest. I can't. Since 2000, I can't really put them on it because up until John Fisher, maybe about 3-4 years ago, they were actually pretty stable. They were always a pain in my ass when I was younger. So, but I mean, they just made the playoffs. I think what was it in 2020 in the COVID year. And they had just
everybody did that.
Yeah, I mean that's right. Well, everybody but the Angels, go figure. But no, I mean for the most part they've been pretty good. It's just the last 3-4 years where it's been like,
yeah. Are they moving? Are they moving to Vegas? Do you think they're going to actually go through with that? I know there's a lot of turmoil.
Honestly, I think
lawsuits and a bunch of stuff going on there.
I don't know, but I think if it falls apart, it's just the funniest thing ever because it will truly show Manfred has been awful. So the fact that he announced that, I'm done in 2029 could not come sooner. Literally could not come sooner. I hate that guy. So I really actually do hope it falls apart.
Who announces they're done in 5 years from now? What? What is that? I think by the way, the last episode of Monday Night Rants, everybody, will be in 2030. What?
But hey, 2031 when the reboot happens,
sick.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
when we get
move to
this brand new
Tuesdays.
studio that other people are going to pay for, sick. All right.
Tuesday night rants.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. Heavy T is a little sadder than you. He's an Atlanta Falcons fan, if you haven't noticed, a Anaheim Angels fan, and I
Okay.
don't know, who's your basketball team, Heavy T?
It's the Lakers, but I can't stand LeBron James, so I'm kind of in a.
I mean, he
I'm kind
got
of
you a
in a
title
prosperity.
though. Like, sure, it was in
Nobody,
the bubble. That
nobody
counts.
counts that title. Screw that guy. I hate that
Laker
guy.
fans count it, right? That's like that was the whole point.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Laker fans are also clowns for the half part. So
Let me ask you though.
There goes
Like,
half our
let's
audience.
say the Lakers lose to
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler in that finals. Do we count it against Jimmy Butler?
Mm,
I don't think
probably
we do.
not. I just hate
No.
LeBron. Okay, let me live.
Isn't it weird that year the Dodgers also won the World Series, and their World Series Mickey Mouse, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, man. It's like
The Dodgers.
here's the other thing too is that about LeBron just living on like past glory, and it always has to be about him. I remember when the Rams won the Super Bowl, he came out and said, "Oh, hey, like the Rams, the Dodgers, and the Lakers should do a joint parade because we never got one." Shut up, go away. Like nobody likes you, dude. They were already in the new season. By then, just go away, dude.
I mean, are they going to get a like in-game like an in-season tournament parade? They won that. Like that's a banner.
I mean, yeah,
That's a banner. A banner's a banner.
Such a dumb banner.
Yeah, I can't wait till the Clippers are out of there next year.
You throw that sucker on like a Wednesday, just middle of the week. I think it works.
In LA in traffic.
Yeah, in LA in traffic. Lovely.
The in-season thing was so stupid. I hope they don't bring that back next year. It was pretty dumb and a waste. And if I had to look at those courts the way they were done, it was just ugly and no, thank you. Thank God the Clippers have their state-of-the-art stadium next year, arena, and they'll be out of that hellhole of a Staples Center, whatever it's called now, cryptonetarena.com or whatever.
All right, I forgot. You like just sad teams.
I am the saddest of teams. Yes, I am the Padres, the Chargers, and the Clippers. Combined 0 championships between the three of them ever. I am an Anaheim Ducks fan in hockey, so I do have one Stanley Cup there.
Hey, same.
Yeah, so we have that. We have Ryan Getzlaf in 2007, baby. Let's go. And as far as
it was a big year for us.
It was a big year, great year.
Big year. Big year for the Ducks.
The first California team to win a Stanley Cup, though. So we always have that going for us and our Ducks. But now we just suck, man. It's hard to watch. We have all these good young stars too, but
we're the worst team in hockey.
No. Apparently that's the Buffalo Sabres. Is that the Buffalo Sabres is the worst team in hockey?
Yeah, I think the Ducks actually just beat the Sabres today.
So there you go.
Check to see what
that was the actually game to determine who was the worst team, and the Ducks won.
Go Ducks.
The Buffalo Sabres have taken that crown in hockey.
Yeah, Ducks beat the Sabres 4-3 earlier today. There you go. Congratulations,
let's go.
Hey, it was hard fought, but a win's a win.
Hard fought. Ducks fly together, man. Ducks fly together. Shout out Mighty Ducks. Which I think I shout out Mighty Ducks on the True Show on this front. We were talking about
I mean, at this point, you might as well get some of those actors to be on the team.
Yeah, right. Nowadays. I did try to watch the reboot they did on Disney Plus, and like I tried to watch it. Let's put it that way. It was really bad. But they had like in the first, like Emilio Estevez is now he's like an angry old rundown ice rink owner. It's so bad. And they brought back like
jaded.
They brought back like the worst characters from the movie. Like it was just bad. It was not worth the watch, which is unfortunate because those movies were classics. Love those movies.
Absolute classics.
Yeah, how you not love the Mighty? We should do Mighty Ducks trivia, Heavy T.
I'll go back to you on that.
Okay. We did Toy Story trivia one time. We got to bring back another movie classic from our childhood. And I know a lot of people were in love with that. All right, Elliott. Well, that was a ton of fun, man. I'm not going to lie. It was good to have you on. I'm glad you got to meet my friend over here, Heavy T, and talk some WWE. I didn't mean to Dr. Seuss you all right there. It just happened to rhyme. But we'll have you on again. And I guess I'll be on this Friday and we could talk more sports and whatever's going on the Drew Show. So real quick, tell everyone, shout out your socials, shout out everything. And I'll tell everyone again, they're stupid for not showing me out.
Well, you guys definitely should listen. It's Monday through Friday, every 6 to 10 a.m. on New Rock 104.1. It is the Drew Show. Drew, me, and Jess do a ton of fun things. Dumb Debate Day every Wednesday. Friday is
Those are
kind of like a
fun.
variety show. This Thursday, I recommend tuning in. Very fun activity day ahead of us. Me and Drew are going to get electrocuted. That's going to be
Wait,
fun.
what?
Let's see. Yeah. Well,
Can I switch my day to Thursday this week?
Yeah. That's what we call a tease. We call that a tease.
Okay. Yep. Get the app. Check it out.
Yeah, get the app. You can catch me on Twitter at Twitter at Elliott Kams, Instagram at New Rock Elliott, and then Facebook Elliott Kams, or also Morning Drew Show. Check us out. Give us a follow. And yeah, I can't wait to be back, you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, for sure. I can't wait to hear you get electrocuted on Thursday.
Yeah. And let's really brainstorm about bringing jousting to the Olympics.
I'm in, dude. I think
that's the winner.
I think jousting is the winner. I do agree with that. I'll give you an air horn for that. All right, my friend. Well, have a wonderful night, and I'll see you this week. And get some water in you, because when you get electrocuted, it dehydrates you. Make sure you're nice and hydrated.
Okay. Hey, thanks for the tip, man.
Don't tell me how I know that, but I know that from personal experience. It's true, actually, but that's for another night, another show. All right, my friend. Have a good
night. Hey, thanks for having me, you guys.
Of
you
course.
Take care. Have a good one.
Later, man.
He's a lot of fun, isn't he?
Nah, he's cool, man. That was cool.
Yeah, he's cool. We'll have him on again. I think he'd be good for Make the Cut. And definitely some trivia nights for sure. And what a great jousting. Who would have thought jousting would be the winner there? But I agree. I think jousting was the best one. I think I would watch that in the Olympics. I would watch jousting in the Olympics. I really would.
It is, as the kids say, a banger.
A banger. Jousting would be a banger. Come on, Olympic Committee. You heard it here first on Monday Night Rants. Jousting. Get it in the Olympics. Let's go. All right, man. I think we should call it much ado. If you haven't already, let me get the promo banner up. If you haven't already, go to MondayNightRants.com, MondayNightRants.com, which, by the way, this show is actually streaming on MondayNightRants.com right now.
Go.
If you can't find YouTube or all these different @this, @that, you just want to watch the show, just go to MondayNightRants.com, and as the show goes live, it'll go straight to the homepage. You can watch it there, and as soon as it goes away for the night, it'll come off, and the replay will be there as well. So we're doing big things over there at MondayNightRants.com, including Heavy T's Inept Franchise Series, the premiere featuring the Chicago Bears. Go find out why they are so terrible, because it is eye-opening, absolute eye-opening how bad this franchise is. It'll change the way you think about life. Will it? I don't know. But
I don't know about that, but yeah. But you know what? It may make you say a prayer to your Jesus. We'll leave it at that.
There you go. Next week, we'll have Thomas Stevens back on and do Rants on the Street. We'll have another Inept article, for next week as well.
Yeah, we'll have one next week,
And we're going to have college basketball. We're almost to March Madness. We'll have NBA back in action. And we'll start talking a little MLB, because MLB is right around the corner. We'll give our full preseason picks for MLB and everything. We'll do that the week after next week. A lot of fun, and we'll post it all on MondayNightRants.com as well. From myself, from Tyler, Heavy T Soto, the Better Sports Network, and @Elliott Kams. Elliott, thanks for joining the show. Until next week, my fellow ranters, enjoy your nights, enjoy your weeks, win your bets, and go read Why the Bears Are Inept. Dr. Seuss. Boom.